November, if not October.
I agree. Welcome, everybody.
Welcome. It is that
to Top Rope Commentary.
It is that predictions time again, and we got a predictions double feature. We have WWE Payback, but then we also have AEW's All Out.
We do, which is going to be very interesting because the last time that we did prediction for All Out was, I believe, actually our first predictions.
I think that was our second. I think that was predictions we tied on because that was the weekend.
Was that not the one that had the triple weekend? All Out, Worlds Collide, and
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
because that was the first one, and I won the trio.
No, I thought we tied.
We because it was whoever won the
most matches out of the weekend. Yeah.
And it was me because I dominated AEW, which had 25 matches.
Because as AEW typically does,
which is interesting.
But they don't have many matches confirmed.
I don't think we will be doing All Out because the match card is incredibly. We have two,
thin. Yeah,
maybe three.
No, yeah. No, we gotta know. Yeah, we got quality. Yeah.
We have some of a card. It does not make any sense. Why the hell is all these ROH titles on the line on it?
Because they just had All In.
Why is Miro versus Powerhouse Hobbs on the pay-per-view?
Because it should be. Because Miro and Powerhouse Hobbs deserve to be on pay-per-view.
Is there a story?
Yeah, they just had a contract signing. They had a contract signing during 0 hour.
That's crazy to me. See, I didn't see that part.
Because Powerhouse is doing the Book of Hobbs and Miro
the
is the
AEW
Redeemer.
World title will not be on the line because they're in a ROH World Tag Team belt or Tag Team title match.
Because it was probably going to be CM Punk in the Real World title.
I don't like this card.
This is what you get for putting a pay-per-view on a week after you just put it on.
Yeah, I mean, do we want to risk taking the predictions? Because we have Collision on Saturday.
I'm fine with it.
Add matches. Okay, let's do it. Which one do you want to start with?
I say, I guess this is the weakest card. We'll go ahead.
Yeah, we'll get. What's crazy is there's more matches. Admittedly, every match I see on here will probably be a very good match, but it does feel like the weaker card, but because there's no build, except for one match, which I think will be match of the weekend. But we'll get to that. We're going to start with the lowest match on this card that we are seeing, which is Eddie Kingston and Katsuyori Shibata versus Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Yuta. Interesting.
It is interesting because
Shibata ain't losing.
Yeah, and Eddie's the never open weight champion. I'm going.
And Shibata's the fucking pure champion.
Yeah, he's the pure champion. I'm going with Eddie and
Claudio's the ROH World Champion.
Claudio is. I think it's more building. I think it's gonna slowly build to Eddie taking that ROH title from Claudio.
I agree. Yeah, I will also go Eddie and Shibata. I just think it makes the most sense. Miro versus Powerhouse Hobbs.
I'm going Miro because Miro hasn't really been on TV. Miro just came back.
Yeah, I agree.
And Hobbs has been on. He's been on TV for a minute.
So this match I don't think makes much sense, but is FTR and the Young Bucks versus Bullet Club Gold. The only reason I don't think it makes sense is because FTR and the Young Bucks just faced for the tag titles a week ago. Why are they teaming together? I get they both don't like Bullet Club Gold.
And I think that's why I'm going with Bullet Club Gold.
Yeah, me too.
Because Bullet Club...
And Jay White. And I don't think Jay White should be losing anymore.
They protected Jay White. I don't think Jay White's...
Yeah, well, he's been in matches that they've lost. Kenny Omega versus Konosuke Takeshita. I think this has potentially match of the weekend, and this might be a hot take. I got Takeshita winning. I
was gonna say after Takeshita beat Jericho, I knew Omega was next. But honestly, I don't know if they're gonna have Takeshita beat Omega just yet. I think it might be an instance where I think Jericho might get himself involved again. And Takeshita might beat Jericho and then go back to Omega.
I'm thinking the opposite. I'm thinking he attacks him like after the match, but I think he beats
So you know
Omega.
what? I'll put my horse in the Omega stable.
Okay, that's our first disagreement
Yeah,
here.
I'll put my horse in the Omega.
Imagine it all comes down to this one match.
Of course, and it would
Because
be
looking
Kenny
at
Omega.
it, I could absolutely see us agreeing on most
A lot,
of these.
yeah.
Samoa Joe versus Shane Taylor for the ROH World Television Championship.
Promotion.
I'm pretty sure we probably had the same winner.
Honest, I really wanted to be Shane Taylor, but yeah, I
Samoa Joe. He's done 505 days as the ROH TV champion right now.
And then since Ring of Honor is on Honor Club, I don't know what's really going on.
No, I don't know the ROH stuff. So Adam Cole and MJF defending the ROH World Tag Team Championships against TBD.
There is a spoiler for this, so I do know what team it is.
I'll go. Yeah,
It is so reportedly
This will be
it's supposed to
released on Friday.
Yeah, so reportedly it's supposed to be like the Dark Order.
Are we thinking like Uno and...
I think it's supposed to be Uno and Grayson.
Nope, Grayson's not in the Dark Order
Uno
anymore.
and Angels, I think, or it might be.
Angels is also not in the Dark
yeah, no.
Order anymore.
He's an Impact.
I miss him. It's it'll probably be Silver and Reynolds.
Or I think they mentioned something about Uno though, so it might be Uno and Reynolds.
Or Uno and Silver.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Adam Cole and MJF.
Yeah, they just won the titles. They're
They're not dropping them yet. Chris Statlander versus Ruby Soho for the AEW TBS Championship. I think that they should have thrown in a AEW Women's title match.
They just had that at all. Everything they did at all.
You can have another one. It's okay.
That's not how they book it.
Yeah, you're right. They booked a bunch of matches that don't make sense.
But I'm going to go with Chris Statlander because I feel like Ruby's going to be dealing with the whole fallout of the Outcast breaking up.
I agree.
And
which they are not technically officially broken up, even though Toni Storm is having a mental breakdown about Saraya. Because she's like, I'm happy for Saraya, but she didn't follow the plan, and I can't trust anybody. But Ruby's
hit her
sided
mom.
with Saraya.
She punched her mom.
I'm loving this like flapper.
Toni it's
Storm
one
gimmick that
yeah,
she's
yeah,
doing.
yeah.
I love it so much. But Chris Statlander, yeah.
And we also have Orange Cassidy versus Jon Moxley.
We might have a disagreement here. I don't know. I've got Moxley taking the belt.
I got it being Orange Cassidy. I don't think OC's dropping it. I think Moxley is going to be the person before he actually loses it.
Okay.
I think because the story that they're building with Orange Cassidy is that he's just slowly being worn down.
Yeah, exactly.
His body's just going through the ringer, and I think Moxley is going to be the last one to like
tear him down.
Yeah, he's gonna win. He's gonna beat
drops it.
He's gonna beat Moxley by like roll up or something like that.
Imagine he drops it to like Yuta.
So I think
he's got to drop to somebody like who's actually.
I think he's gonna drop it to. I think he's gonna drop it in a multi-man match. I don't think he's gonna drop it straight up to somebody.
With how good his reign's been, I feel like a multi-man would be.
I feel like a multi-man is gonna protect him because I feel like he's gonna go to the T. I feel like he's gonna move and start doing stuff with the TNT title.
Hot take. Have Danielson just come back and win it. And then
Honestly, he would probably
it was like a year of Danielson.
He'd probably be back in time. Honestly,
Yeah.
But I'm going with the freshly squeezed.
I'm going with the ace of AEW, Jon Moxley. What is listed as the main event. We don't know if it will be the main event. Luchasaurus will be defending Christian Cage's TNT Championship against Darby Allin.
And this is also going to play into a little bit. I have Luchasaurus.
I do too, because it's not his title, so he can't lose it.
Wow. It is his title.
I'm just saying, Christian.
And I feel like it's going to be. I feel like Luchasaurus is going to beat Darby, and it's going to set it up for Nick Wayne to take that title.
I can see that.
I feel like they're going to set it up, and then as soon as Luchasaurus drops that title,
so we only have two.
It's going to be Christian and.
So we only have two differences on that card. What is interesting is we're doing match total.
Yeah.
Is how that's working.
Yeah, if we ever have more than one pay-per-view during the weekend, it's just going to be cumulative ones that you got right.
Yes. But let's talk about the next match or the next show.
And this show will actually be before the show.
Yes. Yes.
So I'll run down this one. We're gonna kicking it off, undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship match. It's going to be a Steel City street fight. So no tags required. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus the Judgment Day's Damian Priest and Finn Balor.
Such a tough one.
Yeah, and since it's a street fight, that makes it even worse because now JD McDonough, like he can get involved. Dirty Dom.
Yes, Rhea Ripley because nobody
Rhea Rips.
Rhea's
got her own problems later in the night.
She does. I forgot. This is a tough one. I'm going Judgment Day. Sami's injured. He needs a little time off. Have Judgment Day take the belts. Let him get that elbow fixed, and then they can come back and run it back if they want to. But absolutely, I think that this is a good because they've held it for a little while now. Yeah. I think this is a good time to take the belts off of them. I think Judgment Day picks this win up with the help of JD McDonough.
So I'm actually going KO and Zayn. I think it's going to fuel more of the Judgment Day dismay. Because I think it's going to boil to the point of where it's Damian and Finn. And I think Finn's not going to trust Damian. All these matches that Damian's tried to help Finn and Finn's always wound up losing, I think that's what's really going to cost him is Finn's not going to trust Damian. And it's going to play back. And it's going to cost them. And then it's going to play into the main event.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Right off rip, we have disagreement.
Yeah, we have disagreement.
I do want to say, should we do a prediction about if this match even happens? We probably had the same prediction.
We can add that to the prop bet along with the main event once we get it.
Okay. Gotcha.
And then, but moving on, I think this one will be in pure agreement. So we have The Miz versus L.A. Knight. Yeah. So I think we both have LA Knight winning this. I mean, this is his I guess third pay-per-view actually feud that he's been doing. Because he had Wyatt.
He's feuded with Wyatt and lost.
I'm talking matches that made it to pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Well, I guess the Slim Jim Battle Royal. I guess he won. That was at SummerSlam. That wasn't necessarily a feud.
Who else has he feuded with?
Was it one of the Mysterios? Was it?
He didn't go to pay-per-view again. Has he only done multi-man matches or the Wyatt match on pay-per-view? He's not challenged for the title.
So
this is his second pay-per-view singles match. He lost the first one, obviously. He lost the Money in the Bank, which led to a very funny meme of Santi on TikTok. But he won the Slim Jim Battle Royal. I think he wins this.
I think he's definitely been picking up momentum.
These are obviously equal levels of importance.
These are, but now we go on to our next championship match of the night, the United States Championship match, as champion Rey Mysterio defends against former champion Austin Theory.
Wait, what?
Yes, Theory beat due to Miz interference. Theory beat Knight, and that's how he got the title.
I thought it was supposed to be Santos, though.
Nope.
Santos just doesn't get his match?
See, now...
What the fuck, Ray? You steal his title match, and then he doesn't even get... You're not even going to give him a shot?
That's because Theory came out. Theory came out and said that Santos wasn't cleared.
This is why Rey Mysterio is not just a deadbeat dad, but he's a deadbeat mentor as well. This is just evidence of that.
But I think this is what it leads... So, I have Ray. winning.
I do, too. Austin just lost it. He's not winning it back just yet.
Ray's going to win, and it's going to lead to a point where it's going to be Santos is going to start getting kind of unsettled by it.
Yeah, he's going to be pissed.
Ray's going to try to deny it and act like it's not happening and that it's not going to be witnessed in front of our eyes, but Santos is eventually going to take his rightful place as the full leader of the LWO. And so next, in a steel cage match, we have Becky Lynch versus Trish Stratus.
I'm actually really excited for this match.
Trish has been saying she's been wanting to do this for a while.
Trish is killing it. She's not. I don't think she's done after this. I think she's gonna.
I think she's gonna
Dark over in a gimmick match too. But she was saying doesn't want to retire until she gets to do all the And
all the things that she didn't get.
And she specified batshit crazy matches, and I'm like, yes, give it to me, because Trish can still fucking go.
I mean, and that's the thing about it. Like, she can still go. She's still been out there doing like solid like work. So yeah, I don't see her being done like soon. Yeah. And she's not doing too much to like overstay. So, and I think she's found like the sweet spot, especially with her character.
Oh, but I love heel Trish so much.
I got Becky Lynch. Becky's this is the last one she needs to get
too.
To get the last little umph over Trish for costing her those tag titles.
Yeah, I also have Becky. I think it just makes the most sense. As much as I'd love Trish to win, I think Becky wins this. Trish blames Zoe Stark, and it starts us on the road of Zoe Stark versus Trish. And I wonder if Trish like handpicked Zoe Stark, like legitimately handpicked her as her heater. And she's gonna it'll lead to long, because we are doing long-term booking with Trish here, because this feud's been forever. Maybe Zoe Stark is Trish's retirement match at Mania.
That is a possibility.
Her or Charlotte would be my guess.
Yeah, her or Charlotte.
But I also have Becky. I think it just makes more sense, and I think it leads into. This will be the momentum Becky needs to go after Rhea Ripley.
And catapult it a little bit further.
Which leads us to our next match.
Yes, which is the Women's World Championship match.
Yes. As
Raquel Rodriguez goes against champion Rhea Ripley. And this is, another friends to enemies. I mean...
Oh, yeah.
Throughout their feuds through NXT, and then both of them being former tag team champions and partners with Liv Morgan.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, and only one of them has turned on her so far.
Yeah. So I think this is another feather in Rhea's cap, though. I think Raquel's the last one she beats before she loses the title. Because weirdly enough, I think the dynamic...
she loses it to Liv.
You think
returning Liv? I think the story's there. I think Liv Morgan's good enough that like she deserves a good world title reign, not just the 2 months that she had it so that Ronda could win it back. Because that reign, let's be honest, that reign was not great.
I mean, there was more in the tank that it could have had.
Yeah, I think that they should have built to Ronda winning it back more than they did. And there was more of a story they could have told there. But Rhea Ripley's not ready to lose this belt yet. I think she loses it, like I said, to Liv. I also think she loses it because Dom fucks up, and it leads to Dom and her.
I think out of all of Judgment Day, I think Rhea, once they all get like some semblance of gold, I think Rhea will be the first one to lose hers, and that'll show the real crumbling of the Judgment Day.
Which, hey, we very well could see that at Payback. We could see all of them with gold.
Yeah, because she did say whoever didn't leave gold, like there are going to be some changes.
Oh, but...
That leads us into the main event of the evening for the World Heavyweight Championship match. You have the King of Strong Style, Shinsuke Nakamura, going against Seth freaking Rollins.
So, before we get to the prediction side of this, I want to say this feud has had one of my favorite promos of the past year. The Nakamura one,
where he's just sitting like
in his language. But yeah, where he's just sitting in the room and he mentions the broken back and all that. And I'm like, it was such a good promo. It made Nakamura look menacing.
And you said Takeshita Omega was going to be match of the week, and I think
this has potential too.
I think this is going to be like that sleeper match that just surprises a bunch of people. Rhea and Raquel is going to be a big sleeper match too. I don't think people are gonna be blown away by how good it's going to be.
I just wish that their match was a.
I think their match would be
stipulation match.
I think the stipulation that would make their match a bit more interesting, given how they are and the power dynamic the power that they have. A tables match would be a fun match that I could see them having
for Ripley and Raquel.
Yeah, like a Tahana Bomb.
Give me another last women's standing match. That match was insane in NXT. But
with Rollins and Nakamura, I do think Rollins is going to come out with the victory, but with Shinsuke basically having Rollins eat so many Kinshasas that due to Priest already kind of like basically showing Finn like the briefcase at the end of Monday Night Raw saying that, hey, even if we don't win this tag team match, I'm walking out of Payback with something.
Yeah.
And then Rollins is also, like, they mentioned his back, like they mentioned his injury, like they mentioned, like, so I think Rollins might be gearing up to take a little bit of time off, and then Rollins will come back around Survivor Series to go ahead and pick back up where he kind of like left off.
Keep him out till Rumble.
I mean, Rumble, like,
proper heel up.
Yeah, I was gonna say a Rumble return for Rollins would be cool, especially if he came in like 1 or something like that and did it like he did like the year he won. He had the Chicago Bears gear, and I think that's the year he did it. But I think Rollins wins this only for Priest to come out in the end and Priest to take it.
You changed my opinion. I was going Nakamura.
Because I don't see them doing Nakamura like that.
I think that they could, and it'd be great, especially because it's Triple H in charge now. Because
then it leads to the next Monday Night Raw, where now Priest is having a celebration, but Finn is fuming. And he basically calls Priest out and says, oh, that's good. You had to beat Seth after he had a whole match, and I went against Seth while he
was fresh.
Yeah, was fresh. But congratulations on your win. And Finn starts to now like chip at Damien's like win, just like, oh yeah, like okay, whatever, like you won, but you didn't do it the right way. Like you didn't do it the way I would have done it. And Damien eventually this plays up into which could be Survivor Series, which I think they should still do. If they don't do brand versus brand, Survivor Series should be Damian Priest versus Finn, and then JD helps Finn win.
I'd support that. I'd support the hell out of that. I think that would be oh man, that'd actually be really good. I support it. Fully support it. But that's our predictions. I think
I think we disagreed on 4 total.
Let's see. This one. Yeah, 2 on each show. So it's entirely possible we tie.
It is, but honestly, those 4 matches are going to be watched with eagle eyes.
100%.
It was Miro Hobbs for AEW and Cassidy Moxley.
Yeah, and then for this one, it's the tag titles and the main event. Oh, no. The
tag titles and...
No, we've only disagreed on 3. So we will not tie.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
We are guaranteed
a new champion. Or
something even crazy.
Roman Reigns-esque reign. Dropping elbows everywhere TRC is. You see the bucket hat match the title. You want to know why? Because I'm champion like that.
I mean, you can't win a wrestle quiz, but that's fine. But thank you guys for watching.
It don't matter the quiz when you can predict the future.
Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys have a wonderful day.
Catch the post predictions.
Yeah. Tune in Sunday for the Bray Wyatt podcast that we're doing.
Universe mode. Yeah, the retrospect. Universe mode. We're on the road to SummerSlam now.
Yes.
On our halfway point throughout the year, I guess, the SummerSlam, we're in the home stretch now.
I think it's the halfway point.
Yeah, we're at that. SummerSlam is the halfway there.
It is crazy that, like, realistically, if we didn't have that, like, time period where we were gone, we would have been at Mania by now.
We'd be, on pace or moving forward, but
Thank you.
We shall catch you again in the next video.
Yes.